Hello people, I am Sky Demolisher and welcome back for another From the Collection Fridays, a series where I take things from my collection and show it to you, my viewers. And this week it is back to Transformers and an older piece from my collection, which is the G2 Trakkon named Calcar. I believe he actually had an alternative name in other parts of Europe, but over here he was called Calcar. And you can actually see in the bottom right there another thing. So I'll zoom out. So I actually own two. I only own one with the weapon. So what I've done is I've got one that's already transformed and one that's in the vehicle mode. And that way you can see what both modes look like. Now I don't know if this is going to work, but the Trakkons and I believe the Autobot version was called the Lightformer had these kind of weapons, not exactly the same weapons, but they have this little view thing there, and you can see if I slowly do it, you can see those little yellow lines, and that's basically what it was, you know, that was like their gimmick. And then so you've got the vehicle so that the weapon could be attached there. Does actually have like molded in seats and stuff, so if you had like little micromen or something like that, they would probably fit into it. Very, very simplistic transformation. Interestingly, like, you know, when you go back to G1 and stuff, most of the time these guys would have like an Autobot or Decepticon insignia. He doesn't actually have any of that stuff. Like, I don't actually think there's any Decepticon insignia at all on him. So you can see that sort of vehicle mode. Lovely clear green plastic at the front. I bought both of these off Trade Me like well over a decade ago, so I wasn't the one that put the stickers on it, but you can sort of see what it's like, and you know, like even the underside's pretty tidy. So for something that came out sort of 1992, 1993, you know, they did well in concealing. So your weapon for this guy is like a giant Gatling gun with like a sort of, it's kind of like a cartridge drum magazine type thing off to the side. I don't really know what it's called. But on the underside you can see like there's the two little prongs there that help you do it in the vehicle mode. Then there's two on the side here that help you do the hands. And the cool thing about these guys, Autobots and Decepticons, not meant to do that, was that their weapons would fold out to make a stand for the figure. So, you know, they'd basically have straightforward hands, which is sort of the unfortunate thing here. But, you know, like no sort of wrist articulation. I'm just trying to line that up for both sides. Right, so basically that's how the weapon would work. And then if I get it back on the back bit here, you can sort of see like they did it in such a way that you could have basically lined up the character's head. I have to do it a bit slower to get the lines to, there you go. They did it in such a way that basically the head of the character would line up with the you know, the viewfinder of the thing. So that was a very, very cool thing, and it wasn't just for the Trakkons and stuff. Like I'm pretty sure they were called Lightformers. You know, like each one came with their own weapon, sort of thing, which was very, very cool. Articulation wise, I don't think there's anything at the head. It's like a fixed head. Sorry. As you can see, it's got the light piping through the eye. I don't know if this will actually sort of, it wants to focus on my hand instead of the figure. So no Decepticon insignia on him, and yet his face is kind of like a Decepticon insignia. Kind of. In other ways, it kind of reminds me of the face that would be used by, I think it's Depth Charge in Beast Wars. So yeah, articulation, you've got like a full 360 spin for both arms. One of them's a bit more loose than the other. Sort of 90-degree out, but you can, keep your spin there. No elbow. The hand is fixed. Basically, they slide in and out like that. There is you could put them up a bit higher with that little shoulder joint there, should you decide to. There is knee articulation. It's not really meant to be knee articulation as such, it's just part of the transformation, but it worked in fold out feet. So they're sort of very basic figures, and yet they had this really cool gimmick that they worked really well with. So yeah, like I said, I picked it up off Trade Me. So basically I used to buy junkers and stuff, and this was just one of the ones that came in a random, a random lot. And then I think I found another one with the weapon, but the legs and stuff are a bit loose. So I've sort of bought and sold a number of Calcars over the years until I've got just down to these two and that. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this, and until next time, take care of yourselves. Bye.